the gestures of what Parvati will offer. She is a practitioner, performer, teacher of the ball tradition from Bengal, India. She's also an instrumentalist, a storyteller, and a painter. Parvati studied closely with the two of the most respected Baul gurus of the previous generation, Sri Sanatan Das Thakur Baul and Sri Shashanko Ghoshai. According to her guru's vision, Parvati Ma has created Sanatan Siddhashram as a place of learning, practicing, and preserving the oral history of Baul tradition. Parvati's performance work emerges from a long lineage of master Baul singers, dancers, and spiritual teachers. She studied closely with two of the most respected Baul singer gurus of the previous generations, Sri Sanatan Das Thakur Baul and Sri Shashanko Ghoshai. She was recognized by her gurus as both a musical and a spiritual in the Baul tradition, carrying forward their spiritual legacy. Without much further ado, we invite Parvati Paul and Sri Ramchandra. Thank you. Oh, Sri Sri Gurupado Bharasha Matrasha. Oh, Sri Sri Gurupado Bharasha Matrasha. Oh, Sri Sri Gurupado ভরসা মাত্র সার নিতাই প্রেমানন্দে গৌর হরি হরি বলো নিত্যম শুদ্ধম নিরাকারম নিরাভসম নিরঞ্জনম नित्यबोधचिदानन्दम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मम् नमाम्यहम् সকল বৈষ্ণবের পদে করি নমস্কার তা সবার পদধূলি দাও মস্তকে আমার ও শান্তি
शान्ति शान्तिः Bada yogi Bada yogi na na da na ra bina sa si mandala Jia Rama Sahava Mukala Balayogi Ujure वही जाओ रे लंका वाला योगी हाथ रे लेहू दफना अपने बाबूझ सही नियमना वाला योगी Yogi na na cha na bi na ra kasi man ala
O Balayogi, there is no Nad, nor Bindu, nor sun, or mandala of moon. The chitta is already liberated. Leaving the straight path of Sahaja, don't travel the crooked path. Enlightenment is very close. You don't have to travel far for it. Don't use the mirror. Behold the bracelet on your hand. By yourself, understand the essence of the mind. The one who is in the satsang of the Guru is uplifted beyond. The one in bad company falls low. On the left and right, there are many pitfalls. O seeker, even amidst this, we can behold the straight path of Sahaja. The next rendition is the first one was by 8th century Sahajya Chirya poet Sarahapad. The next one is by Kanopad, Chiya Sahaja. The Chitta consciousness is both Shunya, unmanifest, and Sampurna, manifest. Even if the head is cut, don't be sad. How can you announce my death and say, Kano is not there? Once the head is cut, consciousness is still playing and dwells in infinite. The stupid one becomes sad upon destruction of worldly thing, but they realize not when wave of ocean crashes on the shore, it doesn't reduce the volume of the ocean. Like the way one cannot see butter hidden in the milk, ignorant cannot see the subtle behind the gross. In this worldly ocean, no one comes, no one goes. This is the swabhava of the bhava. Kano has observed this swabhava, having known he is sporting in the infinite ocean, ocean of Paramar.
Jiya Sahaja sei kan hilji asa asa sei kan hilji asa su Sura Sam
considered immense value of spirituality to the world. It still has the possibility to offer great wealth. So my prayer in front of all the sadhus who have asked, let the Bharat arise, let the Bharat arise, let the Bharat arise.
Um, after this amazing young girls performance, people come to wonderful travel. Um, who he is by now. So, but I would still give an introduction because there are shorter words to really describe him. So I'd just like to talk about the fact that Venerable Ajahn Jivaku, an American monk who ordained with a Thai forest tradition of Ajahn Chah in 2005 at Wat Pa Pong, he began his monastic training in Thailand at Wat Pa Nankhat, the international monastery associated with Ajahn Chah, and lived in this community for 6 years. Over his monastic career, he has spent time with many teachers, both Thai and Western, and traveled and lived in various monasteries around the world. He has spent time in Thailand, Australia, the US, Canada, and is now currently living in India, helping to start a branch monastery of Wat Pa Pong. Ajahn Jivakuji has spent many time with various teachers and finds more inspiration and connection with teachings of Luang Por Sumedho, the senior Western disciple of Ajahn Chah. No one told me that he has. What could be better than again to start the morning with Adanji giving us a talk and leading us through meditation? We welcome you, AJ. Your time is 20 minutes.
Hello. Okay, good morning, everybody. Nice to see everybody again. And also thank you again, Rinpoche, for giving me the opportunity to share some thoughts with you and have some time of meditation together. And following that great performance, will lead us into more of a reflective mood, bringing our attention back inside the moment, present moment. And this will be shorter than yesterday, so that, it'll be about 20 minutes, similar to yesterday. But again, we can find ourselves a comfortable posture. Again, bringing our attention into the body. And again, we can take a few deep breaths, inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Allowing ourselves to settle, to relax. Feeling the contact of our sitting posture, say sitting on the chair, on a cushion, feeling that weight. Feeling of being grounded. And from this grounded posture, we bring awareness and alertness to our bodies, to our minds. Noticing how we're feeling, any emotions that are running through the mind, excitement and inspiration, or perhaps confusion, uncertainty. Just recognizing the flavor of your mind. And as we settle, we can use whatever meditation object we've learned, whether it's the breath or the use of a mantra, bringing that to mind to anchor ourselves in the moment. In this very holy site, we can be aware of many sounds, noises, some inspiring, some annoying, but we can just let them all be as they are. We don't have to change anything. We can sit with that sense of equanimity, a balanced mind. Say like a mountain, just solid. Different weather patterns blow through. Heavy storms can come through. Bright blue skies and sunny days pass through. But the mountain remains. So we can find that sense of centeredness, groundedness. And we observe what arises. Painful feelings, aching bodies, or maybe blissful mind states, brightness. We can notice that no matter what is passing through our mind, there's an awareness of it, whether good or bad, bright or dark. There's a sense that there's somebody here experiencing this phenomena. And within this space of awareness, we can all notice that voice inside. As I pointed out yesterday, the thinking mind. That inner commentary which is always going on in the background of our experience. But we can also observe that. We can observe that perception that it feels like somebody's talking in our heads. But when that voice quietens down, we see these spaces. These spaces which really bring us to the moment being experienced through the six senses. And we notice that the mind continues to move. Thoughts arise naturally, just as sounds are arising. Just as visual things arise with our eyes open. This is normal. There's nothing wrong. This is what minds do. They think. And they've been conditioned this way from the moment we were born. Depending on which country you come from, where you grew up, your internal dialogue is highly likely in that language. But awareness, mindfulness isn't a language. It's an observation. And as we become more familiar with the practice of mindfulness, noticing the difference in those spaces between the thoughts, we can develop an understanding of how we create stress in our lives by giving too much attention to that internal commentary, the conditioned commentary. But again, noticing when we return to something very basic, such as a feeling of your knee, the feeling of the breath, or the anchor of a mantra. It helps to bring the mind back to the now, which is all there is. And we slowly learn over time cause and effect. Cause and effect of how we follow these thoughts in either wholesome or unwholesome directions, and the results of that. If the results are clarity, joy, ease, This is the wholesome directions the mind can go in. If our thoughts are leading us into anger, jealousy, lust, these would be unskillful directions. And so as we practice in this way, it may kind of seem that all we need to do is just observe, to just have awareness. But as we know, the Buddha taught effort. One of the factors of the Eightfold Path is right effort. So as we learn more about Dhamma, and we learn more about our minds, and even reading about the history of the Buddha and all the great enlightened beings who have walked on this earth, there's such a strong sense of the amount of effort which it takes to break through, to understand and see clearly the way things really are. And so we know we have this thinking mind. We have the ability to set our intentions. Again, we have the framework of an ethical life, the way that we speak with each other, the way that we act with each other. And then we also have our own minds, which need to be reconditioned in the direction of wisdom rather than ignorance. And as Rinpoche was speaking about yesterday, habits being, as he said, the Satan for Buddhists. I would agree with that. But I would add that it's bad habits, or habits which are directed by ignorance. Ignorance being the Maha Satan, if you will. The veil of ignorance which covers us seeing things as they really are. But there's ways that we can use habits in our favor. A lot of what we do here as practitioners, we have rituals. We have set ways of doing things, say meditating at certain times of the day, or joining community activities, doing a puja together. We can use habits to help us as a tool, but these habits have to be developed along with right view, with the view of the wise ones, understanding things in the framework of the Four Noble Truths. We have to make this practice of awakened attention a habit. And this may just be simply starting very small, having little triggers in the day which just remind you, okay, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute, I'll turn off my phone or disengage from conversation or just have a moment. Maybe it's after we've gone to the bathroom. These very basic things that we have through the day, which we can use as stepping stones to develop wholesome habits. And we learn over time, or maybe even more immediately, the relief it is to have our attention more grounded. And in this modern world, there's so much pressure and influence from large companies, tech companies, social media companies. They're all seeking our attention. And they're good at it. Just take a look around. People are addicted to their devices, to social media. They've got our attention. And I'd say as a society, we've kind of handed that over. But we can take responsibilities for our own mind and recognize, am I peaceful? Am I content? Or am I stressed, dissatisfied, depressed? And we need to really look at the conditions which we're giving attention to habitually, which are leading us down this way. And then making changes. Again, putting in effort. And I'm not trying to say now that social media and these platforms are evil or negative, but I guess this can all be analyzed in a few years when we see the mental health of societies and the impact that these things have had. Of course, they're useful. They bring people together. It's a great source of information. But at what cost? And that's just a question. That's not a position. So as we're practicing our meditation, when we're quiet, we're still making efforts to recognize unskillful mind states as unskillful and abandoning them, letting them go, not giving them attention. But also we can recognize when skillful intentions, skillful thoughts arise. And we can actually give those attention. Setting our personal intentions to go in that direction, the direction of wholesomeness. And we nurture this. We nurture these wholesome states of mind. One of my teachers, he talks about bhavana, the practice, like developing a garden. So we're trying to grow beautiful flowers, fruits, and vegetables. And we have to put the conditions in for those things to arise. But we also have to take time to do the weeding, to take out those things which would hinder the growth of a beautiful garden. And this takes effort. You can watch farmers, they don't just sit there and look at the field and think about how the weeds will just go away. They have to go in there and do it themselves. They also have to go in and actually plant the seeds for the food or the flowers which they want to grow. And this is the effort as we're doing as practitioners. Taking the effort to plant wholesome seeds in our minds. So coming to Bodh Gaya, joining a festival like this, doing some practice, setting intentions. These are all wholesome seeds. We can see that anger, annoyance, unskillful mind states, which can take over and pull us down. We can weed these out. But having that firm, established sense of being able to come back to the moment is the starting point. This is where the practice happens, is in this moment as things arise. And this is where we develop wisdom, is learning again and again which direction to follow, which intentions to follow. And just being honest with yourself, noticing the results of certain behaviors, certain habits that we're blindly following, and at least start to question them. You can't change your mind overnight. It's a lifelong endeavor. The practice, the cultivation. But we can trust, again, from history and from those wise ones around us, that this works. Liberation is possible. Freedom from suffering is possible. If it wasn't possible, the Buddha wouldn't have taught it. He wouldn't have even recognized it if it wasn't possible. But our gratitude for the Buddha in his efforts in recognizing there is an end. There's an end to suffering. Recognizing craving. And also recognizing the cessation, the very cessation of that craving. And so when farmers or people growing gardens, they don't really have to have that much faith that if they plant an apple seed, you'll get an apple tree. If you were planting apple trees and then all of a sudden a mango tree popped up, we would be seriously questioning what's going on in this universe. So we put in the conditions. Again, we take our intentions, our efforts, our habits, and have them go in a skillful direction. And then just trust the process. Trust the process that a garden will grow. Wholesome mind states will increase. Our hearts will become more open, gentle, peaceful, and insights will arise on their own. We can't force wisdom. Wisdom isn't something that we just go and look up on Wikipedia or in a book or on a website. Wisdom is truly knowing for yourself the conditions of our mind, of the world. And with confidence and energy, we just keep putting forth our efforts and enjoying the process, but allowing the process to unfold in its own way. We don't know our own barami. We don't know where we've come from. We don't know where we're going. But we can just trust that planting seeds towards liberation is a worthwhile endeavor. And now becoming a bit more aware of conventions, recognizing what time it is. I'll close my little meditation up now. And again, just express my gratitude for everybody's efforts. May you all recognize the same truth that the Buddha recognized 2,600 years ago. Sadhu.
Thank you, sir, for that amazing talk and guided meditation. We will now go to a very beautiful speaker, Kabir Saxena. He's from the center, the Institute of Bodh Gaya, which is the Root Center. Raised in both Delhi and in London by an English mother and an Indian father, Kabirji understands Eastern and Western cultures, values, and perceptions well. For 3 decades, Venerable Kabirji has been teaching Dharma in India and Nepal and has been involved in many social welfare projects in rural India. We would like to invite our dear Kabirji to speak.
Thank you so much. Is there any bourbon or gin and tonic? No? Okay, water. Could I have some water, please? Could you open that? So I'm very grateful to Siddhartha's intent, all my kind friends who and Rinpoche, who allowing me to speak again and again make a fool of myself under the holy tree, which is maybe not too bad. I want to bow down to the gurus and pray to them that Guru devotion may arise in my mind. Thank you. And I want to bow down to the Venerable Sangha, of whom I was a member for 18 years, and to Venerable Jivako, who reminded me of many things that I always need to remember, and has brought some useful sobriety to the proceedings, who was born in Manchester. So, of course, he must be a good chap, a good fellow, although a bit far from Oxford, but anyway, not too bad. And now lives in America, which, of course, is the fountain of Western manners, culture, etc. Yeah. So anyway, I bow down sincerely to all these beings. I bow down to Sensei, who regaled us yesterday. And I'll be talking about one of your movies from your country. Yes, later. If the 25 minutes can be expanded magically in Mahayana style to 25 hours, which is probably difficult because I don't have the realization, unfortunately. I also bow down to my kind friends here, Wangmo and Richard, who have inspired me over the years with their big Dharma bells, which you can see in I think all the 8 places of Buddhist pilgrimage now. Marvelous bells. I think you have to pay to see the one here, but they're really magnificent, and you should read the inscriptions around these bells. I've only looked at the one in Kushinagar properly, but you should take a look. And one of the first things I'm going to read is written through the kindness of these wonderful people and their illustrious father, Arthan Kulkuji, who has done so much to spread the Dharma. From the very early years, when there was very few masters were around then, probably Chogyam Trungpa, even before Trungpa Rinpoche. What year did your father go to the States? 78. 68. What a year that was for those who are old enough to remember. Probably very few people here. 68 was a year of revolution. I think Richard is chuckling. Richard was probably inhaling stuff at that time. But the rest of us, I was 12 years old and very introverted and stupid. Anyway, these people will understand what 1968 means. Kent State and Vietnam War, March on the Pentagon. You should read Norman Mailer in that regard, The Armies of the Night. Those who can take time off from the Mahayana Sutras, you can read Armies of the Night. by Norman Mailer. It is an extraordinary book when you read it in the context of what's happening now. But I'm already digressing, and the management has only given me 25 minutes, which is, I'm going to complain. I don't think there's a complaint box, but I will be complaining. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. I also bow down to all of my kind friends who are here from Delhi. Ajirji, who always reminds me of just patient sitting, doing the practice. He's from Kinnaur, from the village of the great Kunu Lama Rinpoche, whom all the traditions revere. I have behind me to my right a very special practitioner. Not only does he lie down in meditation while I'm trying to talk about Je Rinpoche Lama Tsongkhapa's Lamrim Chenmo, not only, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling the truth, not only does he lie down, he goes to sleep. And not only does he sleep, he engages in, well, snoring. So Vajra snore is behind me on my right. And then my dear friend Kiran Lama is here. I bow down to him, who's helped me from the early years and who helped Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and who makes wonderful cakes. And yeah, who enjoys them too, I think. And Venerable and the dear secretary, Madam Secretary, who's the new secretary of Bodh Gaya Temple Management Committee. So I feel very happy to talk and do blah blah in front of you, and I'm sorry to waste your time. Okay, let's get down to something very, I think, moving and useful for a person like me, whom I would describe quite honestly as a charlatan and a plagiarist. Those of you who've read Rinpoche's works know what charlatan and plagiarist means. However, I have to say that I'm a more intelligent plagiarist than AI. AI only knows how to grab a lot of stuff from a lot of places. That's also, plagiarism. AI is plagiarism. It just does it in split seconds, right? Takes me a bit longer. But I think what I'm going to offer here under the Bodhi tree will be more useful than what AI can offer, probably, but I'm not sure. Okay, I was talking about Tarthang Tulkuji. The Bodhi tree is a wonderful place to sit, but I would urge you, those who have time, to go to the Muchalinda tank, which is in the direction Rinpoche is looking, and to go to the western wall, not for whaling, but to look at the sutra there, the Lalita Vistar Sutra, Life of the Buddha. It helps to go in the early morning, in this time of year, not in the hot summer. You go in the morning, and just look at these incredible words carved into black stone in gold color. And even an idiot like me, who is a plagiarist and a charlatan, can be moved for a few seconds. With the Muchalinda pond behind me, with the Buddha statue, and these words, which I'm going to read from now. So please listen with good attention. We had a wonderful program on radio in England called Listen with Mother in the 60s. And there's a very kind lady on BBC Radio who would say, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin." So please, this is Listen with Mother. Listen with Mother Pragya Paramita, if you have that view. Anyway, be comfortable and relax. This is a festival after all. We can afford to relax also. Banteji said we can afford to relax. So please relax. But don't go to sleep and don't snore. Or if you sleep, don't snore. Thank you. Okay, on panel number 40, of the Lalita Vistar in the Muchalinda, you will read this. On behalf of the world, you have joyfully endured thousands of refusals when you sought help. You withstood murder, persecution, hurtful words, imprisonments, all the while delighting in patience. Men whom you formerly honored and made happy became your murderers, and those you pardoned. Such is your patience. When you lived as a bear as a bear in the mountains. Oh Lord protector, you found a man frightened by an avalanche. You gave him fruits and roots to ensure his comfort. And when he returned, leading men to kill you, with patient acceptance, you pardoned him. When you saw sentient beings adopting harmful views, beings surrounded by old age, death, and misery, you led them to understanding by teaching them the right way of examining existence. O destroyer of darkness, you have accomplished great things in the world. So friends, please go and be inspired by these words on the Western Wall, and remember the kindness of the great pioneers who helped take Dharma to the West and have brought it back also to India, where of course we are being reminded again and again, we Indians have a special responsibility. Oh yes, there is one section from the defeat of Mara, also on the wall, panel number 75. I hope you all have your notebooks and are taking notes. This earth, the home of all beings, is impartial, free of malice towards everything which moves or does not move. Here is there the guarantee that there is no deception. Take the earth as my witness. Having heard the voice from the earth, the deceiver, of whom Rinpoche was speaking yesterday, the Satan, the deceiver, and his army, terrified and broken, began to flee like foxes in the woods who hear the lions roar, like crows at the fall of a clump of earth, all suddenly dispersed. Now I'd like to tell a story. It's not my story. It's from the great sutra, King of Glorious Sutras, called Exalted Sublime Golden Light. I think it's well known in the Tibetan tradition now, maybe not quoted so much, but I think for example, the fourth chapter, the confession chapter, is quite well known, used as purification. I'm going to tell a story from chapter 21. And after that, I'm going to beg the organizers to give me 2 more minutes of time. Okay, so here we have 3 princes, Mahapranad, Mahadev, and Mahasattva. They all go to the forest with their father, the king, for a picnic. Okay, Mahapranad, interestingly enough, I was Googling it, it apparently is an epithet of Durga and means also life giver. Anyway, Mahadev, you understand, Mahasattva often applied to Avalokiteshvara, Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, and all of the great bodhisattvas. So they come to this dark jungle, okay? So visualize this, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy, yeah? Visualize. This is a festival, you know, you can imagine a thick, dark forest, you know. When they enter, the 3 princes have different thoughts according to their minds. Yeah, Mahapranad spoke to his brothers, "My heart is overwhelmed by fear. We might be killed by wild beasts. Stay close." Mahadev said, "As for me, I have no fear, but I am anxious that I might be separated from my loved ones." What did Mahasattva think? He said, "Here in the forest solitude, acclaimed by seers, I am not anxious, nor have I fear. This heart of mine is greatly overjoyed in hope of finding opportunity for vast and great benefit." So look at it. These are all great beings actually, but one is afraid something will happen to some of them, and the other is already joyful. He's overjoyed that there might be an opportunity for great benefit. So they're strolling through the park. They come across this tigress This tigress is starving. Her 5 cubs are starving. Okay, I hope you're visualizing this. You've seen very hungry dogs in India, right? And you may have seen their puppies with them. So, this is even worse. She's really starving to death. And there are these 5 cubs who are maybe making pitiful sounds or unable to make any sound because they're so hungry. So Mahasattva sees this and he is moved. His heart is moved by great compassion. Then they have a discussion discussing, what does this kind of animal eat? And they agreed that this animal would eat meat, and so forth. So then Mahasattva says, okay, you guys, you go away and enjoy yourselves. I have some work to do. So Mahasattva sends his 2 brothers away, okay? Then Mahasattva said, for people like us, feeble-minded, greatly attached to the body, such an act of giving one's body is difficult indeed. However, great beings embark on giving their bodies completely and dauntlessly strive for others' welfare. When I came to this point of dauntless, I was reminded of John Bunyan, his Pilgrim's Progress. Those who've been brought up in the West or in a Catholic or, religious school, I don't know if they talked about Pilgrim's Progress. So there's one of John Bunyan's verses. There's no discouragement shall make me once relent my vow to be a pilgrim. So he says, hobgoblins nor foul fiends can daunt my spirit. He knows he at the end shall life inherit. Then fancies fly away. He'll fear not what men say. He'll labor night and day to be a pilgrim. That's what I remembered when I read that. Anyway, so Mahasattva says, dauntlessly strive for others' welfare. Moreover, born of affectionate love and compassion, Arya beings who consider their bodies as just obtained in heaven or on this earth, their joyous minds most agreeable to saving others' lives, remaining steadfast, they would have 100-fold compassion in this case. So he looked at the tigress, very sad, for some time, looking very sad at her. And he thought, I've guarded this putrid body of mine for so many lifetimes. It's subject to death and decay. I've given it drink and food and clothing and tiramisu and gajar halwa, all these things. And your cakes. All these things I've offered to my body. And what happened, ultimately is doomed to crumble, end in woe. This body has no purpose save to abandon its unknown nature. Okay, so then he says, okay, I'm going to use this body like a boat. Okay, I'm going to use this body like a boat across the ocean of life and death. It's filled with feces and urine without a core, like foam, bearing hundreds of worms, laying waste to what has been done. I shall attain the Dharmakaya's timeless state, free of the afflicted aggregates, sorrowless and endowed with samadhi, replete with hundreds of stainless virtues. So his heart brimming over with compassion, like the sake brimming over. Well, no, it probably doesn't brim over in the Zen tradition. They're more careful. Anyway, a heart brimming over with supreme compassion and resolve, he said to his brothers, please leave me. I have something to do, a personal thing to do. And then he returned to where the tigress was, hung his clothes on a creeper, and he prayed, benefit transmigrating beings, may I attain the peace of fearless enlightenment, my mind compassionate and steadfast. I give this body which others find hard to give up. Well, Before long, he is reduced to bones. Yeah, he's reduced to bones. She hungrily eats him up, everything, leaves the bones. So, there was a Devi, there was a forest goddess who was watching this, and she was so startled. She was amazed. So kya raha hai? What's happening? What is this guy doing? He's so amazing. Flowers mingled with divine perfumes, powders fell. Her mind was overwhelmed with astonishment, and she praised the Bodhisattva. O noble minded one, holding all beings in your compassion, here, as you joyfully give your body, hero among men, before long, without trouble, you will find pristine peace, this tranquil, supreme state, devoid of death, birth, and death's pain. Then, licking the blood-stained body of the Bodhisattva, the tigress reduced his body to bones without flesh and blood. And apparently at that point, there was also an earthquake. So anyway, that's one story. For me, I wouldn't want to lie down next to a dog in a Bodh Gaya road, for any purpose. I would avoid. But the great Bodhisattva, seeing clearly through wisdom, the nature of the body and its attachments, fully gave his body. Of course, in the story, after this happened, all hell left loose, the queen and the king, जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, पूरा तमाशा फिर हुआ, हाय हाय होने लगा. There's a big tamasha, a big circus, everyone crying and this and that. And in fact, Buddha is in fact telling the story much later, you see, to Ananda and the other monks, because they had come to a special spot. But I don't want to spoil the sutra for you. Please read the sutra. Reading it is said to be very wonderful. I'm not sure if 84,000 has yet published this one, but I'm sure it will come out in the 84,000 translation. So anyway, this is something amazing. And now I was wondering, I don't know whether to be brave and to do something unusual or just to carry on. Maybe it's good to be a little brave sometimes, and if people, scold me later, so be it. Is Praveen here? Praveen Bodh, one of the Merry Musketeers from Deer Park Institute? हाँ जी आइए जरा आइए घबराइए मत भाई, we're all friends यार. It's a festival. Just relax. I call him Maharaj, he calls me Guruji. It's totally anyway. So look, I want to complain. You know why I want to complain? Why? Do you know? I want to complain क्योंकि खाली 25 मिनट हमको दिया गया. ऐसे कैसे होगा? और भी ले सकते हैं. और भी ले. अच्छा कितना चाहिए आपको? कितना चाहिए? हाँ? अच्छा वो खड़ी है ना, वो मालिक है, आप मालिक हैं. 5-7 minutes. But यार, I have all these books I want to share. क्या करें? कर सकते हैं. या डॉलर ले ले, या डॉलर ले ले. हाँ? नहीं? Okay. He is not being a good Deer Park musketeer. He is not prone to bribing. So I have 7 minutes left. So can you tell me when 7 minutes is finished? Or tell me when 5 minutes is finished. Okay. So look, plagiarists and charlatans, we have a lot of books. That is one of the signs. And I'm not making any derogatory comment about real scholars and monks and nuns who have all the right books. Anyway, let me read something since this is a festival from some of the things. All the books I brought with me, walking from the Burmese Vihar, will be displayed here. So you can then read some later, look at the titles, but don't take them off the premises, please. Leave them here under the tree. Okay. So let me read something for those who like poetry. For other people, they can sleep and snore. There's a wonderful modern lady poet, passed away a few years ago, called Mary Oliver. Mary Oliver, some of you may know her poetry. This one is called The Summer Day, okay? The Summer Day. So please relax and just, again, you can close your eyes and imagine. Jeffrey Hopkins, one of the great translators for His Holiness Dalai Lama, said in one of his books that the key to good meditation, you should have a good imagination. So please, the summer day. Who made the world? Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms, hurriedly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last? And too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Of course, you'll get a scolding from your Mahayana Guru if you say, well, I'm going to relax and go and stroll in the fields all day. Maybe you get something, other than praise. However, now I'm racing to get across the main things I want to get across because I have maybe 4 minutes left. One thing I want to mention before I forget, remarkable to go through 66, 67 years of life and never hear the name of Yosemuru Ozu, the great Japanese filmmaker. I'd never heard his name. And then Rinpoche mentioned Tokyo Story, made in 1953, black and white. You must see this movie. If you're in a hurry, really in a hurry, emergency, go to 2 minutes, 5 seconds, okay? But then you'll miss, watch it from the beginning. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Rinpoche says when he comes to that point in the movie, his eyes begin to tear over without restraint. He can't help it when he gets to that point in the movie. Watch this movie, and if you want to know how precious it is, maybe before you watch it, go and see Shah Rukh Khan's latest blockbuster, breaking all the records, Jawan, which I found obscene. But please don't be guided by my habit, by my conditioning. You watch Jawan, take a few days break, okay, do some breathing meditation, and then go and see Tokyo Story. It's on YouTube for free. Please watch this movie if you're into movies. And of course, watch Rinpoche's movies as well. Yeah. But this is amazing for the serenity, the peace, the compassion, the skill of the filmmaker. Yeah, the compassion, the sadness, the weariness that one can feel. One begins to feel very sad about samsara if one hadn't felt so before. Please watch that. Again, for Indian students, and I'm rushing now, and for anyone, please read Marpa's life, where he is praising India. He said, the land I was born in was an inferior land. The land I went to was supreme, meaning India. And he says he came here, to sit at the feet of his great gurus. 3 times, he said, I made the journey without concern for life or limb. 3 times I came to India for the holy dharma. Yeah. So please remember the great Lord Marpa and his successors. I wanted to mention about Longchenpa, the great omniscient Longchenpa, and the great Lord Tsongkhapa. And I must mention, for those of us who may have little twinges or twinkles of not sectarianism, but whatever lodged in their minds, I was so happy to see a little statue of Tsongkhapa at Rinpocheji's Labrang in Bir. So I think it was Lama Tsongkhapa. So I said, very good, this is very good. And actually, Rinpoche does mention Tsongkhapa in his, well, I'm sure in many things, but also in his great commentary, which I have not read from head to toe. I'm a plagiarist after all, we pick and choose. He has mentioned Tsongkhapa in Buddha Nature. Rinpoche's commentary on Buddha nature. So all these great beings, they all take us either through logical reasoning or through space. I must mention Tartan Tulkuji again. Blew my mind a little bit when I read his book, Space, Time and Knowledge, where he said at one point, mind-blowing, space is projecting space into space. How about that, man? That's insane, right? Space is projecting space into space. I can't say I understand. Shantideva mentioned something like that in the 9th chapter. The only line that inspires me, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, he says, "Oh, you who investigate reality, please see like me that all is just like space." Anyway, whatever it is, a few words from the great Jamgyong Kongtrul Lodro Thai, the great Rime master of the late 19th century. I'll just read this and then stop because I think I've gone over. You didn't remind me, huh? 2 minutes left or 2 minutes left? Okay. This is dreadful. Next time I'm going to bribe them beforehand. Huh? 10 minutes. Huh? I gave you 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. Okay. So look. 2 minutes now. Okay. So thank you very much for giving me extra 3 minutes. I'm going to read 3 verses from Jamgyong Kongtrul Lodro Thai, who's, anyway, if I had more devotion, I'd be more inspired by him. But even as a charlatan, I can appreciate what he writes. Okay. So 3 verses from his amazing, heartfelt devotion that pierces the heart, the calling the Lama from afar genre of verses. Please, I'm mainly reading this for myself, but maybe some of us can also benefit. Death is sure to come, but I'm unable to take it to heart. The sacred dharma surely benefits, but I do not practice properly. The law of karma is surely true, but I do not choose what to adopt and reject by it. Mindfulness and vigilance are surely necessary, but lacking stability in them, distraction overcomes me. Master, know me. Look on me swiftly with your great compassion. Bless me that I may sustain mindfulness without distraction. Due to my prior negative karma, I was born at the end of this degenerate age. All my deeds become the cause of suffering. Misguided friends cast the shadow of their offenses over me. I am diverted from spiritual practice by meaningless chatter. Master, know me. Look on me swiftly with your great compassion. Bless me that I am able to persevere in the Dharma. As a beginner, I thought of nothing but Dharma. But now the fruits of my labors end up as causes for samsara and negative rebirth. My crop of liberation ravaged by the frost of non-virtue. This is how I and madmen like me sabotage our ultimate aim. Master, know me. Look on me swiftly with your great compassion. Bless me that I bring the genuine Dharma to completion. But it's often the case one forgets to mention some of the most important things. So I haven't had time to talk about Bob Dylan, maybe next Siddhartha Festival or some subcommittee of it. And I haven't mentioned this dangerous book. Any beginners here? This is a very dangerous book. Even the title is dangerous. Written by the person you are trusting. Venerable Rinpoche Ji has written this book. If you want a happy life, don't read this. This is all I can say. Its title is not for happiness. I mean, here we are suffering life after life, you know, and then the Lama writes not for happiness. And also, I mean, I can quote it, you know, if I were the judge and Rinpoche Ji was in the dock, goodness me, Rinpoche Ji would be put away into solitary confinement because, you know, I mean, this book is saying Dharma is not a therapy. I mean, come on. Quite the opposite. It's tailored specifically to turn your life upside down. I mean, come on, we've had enough of headstands, you know? So when your life goes pear-shaped, why do you complain? If you practice and your life fails to capsize, it's a sign that what you're doing isn't working. This is what distinguishes the Dharma from New Age methods involving auras, relationships, communication, well-being, the inner child, being one with the universe, and tree hugging. I mean, this Lama is saying it's okay for the Amazon to be cut down, you know? Come on. This Lama, I mean, you know, sorry. Lama Zopa Rinpoche was my Lama. And now I'm bereft because Rinpoche passed away. And now you expect me to follow Rinpoche who writes this kind of book? It's so dangerous. I mean, this book, I don't know. I've got so many quotes from this book, but I'm sure I won't be given the time. But it's like dynamite. He says we should pray that one day we will have the courage to be just as crazy, you know, like Tilopa, to go beyond the eight worldly dharmas and care not one jot about whether or not we're praised or criticized. Rinpoche has written this. I mean, it makes you go gaga. It makes me go gaga. Well, it doesn't make me go gaga because I'm a plagiarist. We just read things. But for sincere people, this is very dangerous. Okay, I'm getting 10% from the profits, by the way, by saying this. So anyway, not for happiness. And there was a book before this, equally should be on the banned list of the Vatican and other people. Sorry, not Vatican. Any, you know, self-respecting person. That was called What Makes You Not a Buddha. So he's trying to make us not a Buddha. Anyway, read these books or don't read them. If you're courageous and have time, read them. Also, there's one with a very, very scandalous title called, thank you, The Guru Drinks Bourbon. I mean, I stopped at Coke and rum, but he's saying bourbon. So I tried some in retreat. Well, can't call it retreat. I tried some Jack Daniel recently. It is dynamite. So be careful of these books, okay? They are very, very bad for your health, for your ego health. Okay, I've said enough. I just want to dedicate and say that I've spoken a lot of nonsense, but with some good feeling because I had my good friends next to me and Sensei and Venerable and the Guru and the Bodhi tree. So I'm very grateful. May all this blather help us to connect different things, watch movies occasionally, read good literature, which some of which I will spread out on the flowers here. Read George Orwell, who was born in Bihar. Read Albert Camus. Read the Mahayana Sutras. Look at Bob Dylan's lyrics. They are mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You don't have to be born in the 50s to appreciate them. So all these things we can do, but may we become, yeah, just like Lord Siddhartha. May we become like that. And as Rinpoche keeps on reminding us, may we never forget the great Dul Papa's prayer, that at least may we always be very concerned that the Dharma not disappear from this earth. So I've gone way over time. I'm very sorry, but also very happy. And I hope there's tea soon. Otherwise, there'll be more complaints. So thank you all very, very, very much. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Kabirji, for your witty, enlightened talk. There is tea served back there. So once you can always go there and come back. Please don't leave your belongings and reserve your seat. And we will be there shortly after 10 minutes. Oh, for the tea break, you can reserve your seats. Yes. Sorry.
हेलो अब आप चाय पीना चाहते हैं तो आप टेंट्स की तरफ जा सकते हैं 15 मिनट की ब्रेक
これ結構、あれですね。高い、どこでやりましょうライブストリーミング。引きでやる
他可能下午会来，我忘记了，这个
へいへいへい。あれだったら、すごい引きでもいいです。あ、いけるいける あ、もうな、ちょっとね。あ、でもいいっすね。早めにしよう。こうなるな。どうしよっかな。まあいいか。
10 बजे नहीं मैं 10 मिनट 9:45 हुआ 9:50 9:50 ना होगा ना लाने थे फिर भी
あ、これ水もらっていいですか
अब पूरे मारे ये कुछ करना क्या हाँ खाना यार
へい。
बहुत
は、
पास जाना हाँ लेकिन
は、は、へ、へ、は、は、は、し。うん。大丈夫です。よいしょ。いや、もう、それは大丈夫です。あ
Hello? Hello, everyone. I hope you all got a warm cup of tea or coffee or whatever it is you were looking for. It'll be lovely if you can take your seats so we can begin promptly. अगर आप सबने अपनी चाय पानी का बंदोबस्त कर लिया है तो वापस सीट्स पे आ जाए हम तुरंत ही शुरू करना चाहते हैं शुक्रिया
大丈
अरे ठीक बात ऐसा तो ये तो बात इन चीजों को फ्लैश करा बहुत से काय बजे ahora venga específico chicos con la no siempre corres Thank
夫。恋愛をありましたね。あ、俺なんです。
Okay, please, thank you.
モニタースピーカーってないっすよね。あれ逆にこっちに向くことできるかなあれを。スピーカー、モニター。いやいやいや。使ってやるんです。そうそう。どこに向けてんだみたいな。あともうなんか、すごく小さいなと思ったら、ちょっと上げてもらえたら、どれぐらいの感じかわかんないですけど、すごい小さい気がする。ねえ。うん、大丈夫です。はい、はい。あ、ちょっとそう。絶対小さい。絶対ミュージック小さいっす。
あ、そう。
ミュージック、ラップトップミュー
じゃあ、今、ケアしてもらってるんですか？
オッケー。これでいける。これをキープしてくれたらもう言うことない。ボーカルはね、距離で、ちょっとボーカル大きいかもしれない。ボーカル is very little bit down. little bit down. little bit down. ボーカル down. ボーカル little bit down. へいへい。ちょっとだけやで、ちょっとだけ。はい。へえ。な。
Sorry. Go from the side.
うん
Yeah, just equipment there.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, great. I would like to make a request to all of you. Please do not use this curtain to go to and fro, because it's bringing the flowers down, and we still have today's day left. So it'll be great if you can use that left and right side entry and exit. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry.
Now, we all have witnessed the electric performance of this rock star of a monk. Once again, he brings his gems for us. The first one being the mantra of light. The mantra of light is found in Amogapasa Kalparaja Sutra. The second one will be Nilakantha Dharani. And the third one, Medicine Buddha Mantra. Kanho Yakushiji.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kanho Yakushiji, Japanese Zen music monk. I'm honored to be able to chanting in the Bodhi tree. With my Buddhist Sutra music, set your mind, connect with your heart, and ask yourself again and again. Please listen. Toma vocabelo nuova capodarà baricando macimbara harabaritaya. 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 Toma vocabelo nuova capodarà Jimbara Arabaritaya, Omuabokia, Velushan, Gadoda, Nihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Omuabokia, Velushan, Obagoda, Nihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Omuabokia, Velushan, Obagoda, Nihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Imago Tiabe, Luciano, Macamoda, Manihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Omago Tiabe, Luciano, Macamoda, Nihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Omago Tiabe, Luciano, Macamoda, Nihandama Jimbara Arabaritaya, Nam Karatano
Joya Purava Jaya Tataya Taya Kante Samyak Samodaya Tanyata Vaise Jana Samyori Kete Suaka Samyak Samudaya Tanyata Vaise Jana Samorigate Suakapo Bhagavate Vaiseja Kurubai Chulia Bharana Jaya Tathayataya Bhagavate Samyak Sumudaya Tanyatana Vaiseze Vaiseze Vaiseja Somebody got there. So I come back home. Gabaten by Seja Kuno by Churia Ganaba Arapijaya Tatayataya Havakate Samyak Samudaya Tanyata I say by Seja Somebody got them so I come was in the wind, it's in come on the is in the to is sing 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 even to is is so I can again is a shouting by chinging and other so is Jakuno by Choria Gadababa Adami Jaya Tatayataya Samyaku Sambodaya Tanyata Om by Seze by Seze by Seja Somebody get there so I can Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Okay. That was electrifying. Thank you, Gamhaji. Thank you so much for your beautiful rendition.
So I have another one. Yeah. Just so where we're doing lessons run over. I don't know, just yeah.
I think it's another one. I think there's another one. Yeah. So we would have Anuji now. Yeah. We have Anuji presenting the Heart Sutra in Kathak rendition. We welcome Anuji for her offerings.
Namaste, everyone. What better way to start an offering than to express your love and gratitude to the Guru, the one who has shown us the path to the truth, to the liberation. So the offering shall begin with a 4 minutes composition named Panchadev Stuti, praise to the Guru. It shall be followed by Prajna Paramita Hriday Sutra, the Heart Sutra, as it popularly known. Composed in Sanskrit, this powerful composition is a part of Bodhi Bhajan project by Siddhartha's intent. Lastly, please forgive for any mistakes that might happen. Thank you.
तस्मादिपुत्ररूपं शून्यताम् शून्यतैव Hariputra Shunyata Sashkajatarama Vachakshu One Navitya Shayo Asvitya Shayo Yam Jadadharana Gajaram Shayo Prasamasya Nirodhamarganatya Nasapi Nataprapi Shantikta Atrafikvata Bodhisattvasya Shantam Srityajirati Chitsam Chitspavasanasamchitspavatastu Viparayas Vikatum Ishvastirvad
Thank you, Anuji. That was the most beautiful rendition of the Kathak offering of the Heart Sutra. Now we will commence the sadhana, the Tri Ratna Anusmriti sadhana. And for the benefit of those who weren't present yesterday, we have the privilege this year of Rinpoche himself guiding us through the visualizations as we meditate on Buddha Shakyamuni. Deepa Thakur is going to lead us through the sadhana, and after each visualization, Rinpoche guides us through. We will chant the Shakyamuni mantra 21 times only. हम अब त्रिरत्न अनुस्मृति साधना शुरू करेंगे। आदरणीय रिम्पोचे हमें बुद्ध अनुस्मृति करवाएंगे और दीपा जी हमें साधना पढ़वाएंगी और हर एक विजुअलाइजेशन दीपा और अरिजित क्षमा चाहती हूँ आफ्टर और हर एक विजुअलाइजेशन के बाद रिम्पोचे हमें जिसके थ्रू गाइड करेंगे उसके बाद हम शाक्यमुनि मंत्र 21 बार पढ़ेंगे, सिर्फ 21 बार आज। थैंक यू।
वहां मत रखिए, नीचे रखिए और यहाँ पे एक और क्यों बैठनी है। हो जाएगा।
The Noble Sutra of Recollecting the Three Jewels in Sanskrit. We are beginning on page number 9. Namaha Sarvabuddha Bodhi Sattvebhyah Buddhanusmritihi Ityapi Buddho Bhagavan Statthagato Arhan Samyak Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampannah Sugato Lokavidanuttaraha Purushadamya Sarathihi Shastadeva Manushyanam Buddho Bhagavan iti Nishandah Satathagatah Punyanam Avipranashah Kushalamulanam Alankritah Shantya Alayah Punyanidhananam Chitrito Anuvyanjanaihi Kusumito Lakshanaihi Pratirupo Gochareణ Apratikulo Darshanena Abhiratihi Shraddhadhimuktanam Anabhibhutah Prajñaya Anavamardaniyo Balaihi Shasta Sarvasatvanam Pita Bodhisattvanam Raja Arya Pudgalanam Sarthavaha निर्वाणनगरः सम्प्रस्थितानाम् अप्रमेयो ज्ञानेन अचिन्त्यः प्रतिभानेन विशुद्धः स्वरेण आस्वदनीयो घोषेण असेचनको रूपेण अप्रतिसमः कायेन अलिप्तः कामैः अनुपलिप्तो रूपैः असंश्रिष्ट आरुप्यैः विप्रमुक्तः स्कन्धेभ्यः विसम्प्रयुक्तधातुभिः संवृत् आयतनैः प्रच्छिन्नो ग्रन्थैः विमुक्तः परिदाग्नैः परिमुक्तस्तृष्णया ओघादुत्तीर्णः परिपूर्णो ज्ञानेन प्रतिष्ठितो अतीतानागतप्रत्युत्पन्नानाम् बुद्धानां भगवतां ज्ञाने अप्रतिष्ठितो निर्वाणे स्थितो भूतकोट्याम् स्थितः सर्वसत्त्वालोकनीयायां भूमौ सर्व इमे तथागतानां विशेषतः सम्यग् गुणा धर्मानुस्मृतिः सद्धर्मस्तु आदौ कल्याणः मध्ये कल्याणः पर्यवसाने कल्याणः स्वर्थः स्युव्यञ्जनः केवलः परिपूर्णः परिशुद्धः पर्यवदातः स्वाख्यातः भगवतो धर्मः सामदृष्टिकः निर्ज्वरः आकालिकः औपनायिकः ऐहिपश्यिकः प्रत्यात्मवेदनीयो विज्ञैः स्वाख्यातो भगवतो धर्मविनयः सुप्रवेदितः नैर्याणिकः सम्बोधिगामी अभिन्नः संस्तूपः सम्प्रति शरणः छिन्नप्लोतिकः सङ्घानुस्मृतिः सुप्रतिपन्नो भगवत् आर्यसङ्घः न्यायप्रतिपन्नः ऋजुप्रतिपन्नः सामीचिप्रतिपन्नः अञ्जलीकरणीयः सामीचिकरणीयः पुण्यश्रीक्षेत्रः महादक्षिणापरिशोधकः प्राहवनीयः आहवनीयः. Now taking refuge. बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि तदीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तदीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि तदीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि. Now taking the Bodhicitta vow. Yatha grihitam sugater bodhicittam puratanaihi tadvadutpadayamyesha bodhicittam jagadhite. Just as the Sugatas of the past gave birth to the awakened mind, like them, for every being's sake, I'll rouse the same awakened mind. Just as the Sugatas of the past gave birth to the awakened mind, like them, for every being's sake, I'll rouse the same awakened mind. Visualization of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. In front is a lotus, fresh, brilliant, and stainless, upon which the radiant Buddha is sitting, life-sized, majestic, alive, and compassionate, uninhibited, beautiful, fearless, and loving. The Buddha is surrounded by all his disciples, the assembly of all the Bodhisattvas, Manjushri, Aryatara, Saraswati, and also Avalokiteshvara. The grouping of arhats, including Ananda, Shariputra, Kashyapa, and Maudgalyayana, and his heavenly students like Vayu and Agni, Vishnu, Kali, Shiva, and Indra. Protectors of beings, without one exception, you see the true nature of things as they are. You conquered the forces and armies of Mara. Please come to this place with your retinue now. Enlightened ones, welcome. You have arrived. To meet you, we have such great merit and fortune. Accept all our offerings, direct your awareness towards this assembly, and forever remain.
Sattvam Acharyam Vajrapadim Adipu Pratichamu Adipu Pratichamu Adipu Pratichamu Adipu Pratichamu.
The eight branch prayer and Bodhicitta vow. This is on page 17. To all the Buddhas, Tathagata, victorious, to the sacred Dharma, spotless, rare, supreme, to the Buddha's offspring, with qualities abundant, to rouse my bodhicitta, I make this offering. Every fruit and flower, every healing wind, every precious gem that the world contains, pure waters of refreshment, precious jeweled mountains, only forests. The tree of paradise adorned with its full blossom, branches bending downwards, giving perfect fruit, trees fulfilling wishes, trees adorned with jewels, divine and fragrant perfume from countless other realms, every fragrant incense and crops that grow themselves, every sumptuous object, lotus lakes delightful, with water birds, sweet sounds, all that's free and wild, extending to the margins of the boundless sky. All this I see before me, and to the mighty sage, the greatest of our kind, and to all of his heirs, I make this perfect offering. For I am poor in merit, I have no other wealth, and so all you protectors, with your wise intentions, to benefit all others, from your place of power, receive them for our sake. Enlightened ones and countless bodhisattva children, I offer to you my body throughout all of my lives. Supreme, courageous ones, accept me completely. For with my full devotion, I'll be your servant. For if you will accept me, I will be liberated from this dark samsara and act for other beings. I'll turn my face away from harms that I have committed, and leaving them behind, I'll never harm again. With- Within a bathing chamber, excellently fragrant, with even floors of crystal, radiant and clear, its graceful pillars shimmer, adorned with precious jewels, all hung about with gleaming canopies of pearls. There I'll bathe the Buddhas, together with their offspring, using many splendid precious water vases, all brimming with pure water, fragrant and delightful, to the sounds of music, melodies, and song.
तथागत अभिषेकते समयाश्रये क्रियाकाय विशोधनये स्वाहा ॐ वज्रवस्त्र स्वाहा ॐ वज्र अलङ्कराय स्वाहा ॐ वज्रचित्ते स्वाहा
So we are on page 20. To Samantabhadra, Manjushri, Lokeshwara, all the bodhisattvas and their Rajnus, we offer splendid garments of deep, enriching color, light and supple clothing of various designs, hundreds of adornments, beautiful and sparkling, we give the bodhisattvas and Rajnus sublime. We offer to the sages who are worthy of honor lovely, fragrant blossoms entwined in scented garlands, every kind of flower, magnificent utpalas, delightful mandaravas, and lotuses celestial, swelling clouds of incense, ravishing the senses, enveloping aromas, the finest of cuisines, delicacies countless, every kind of beverage, pleasing to the deities, we offer all of these. Precious lamps we offer in beautiful arrangements, delicately resting on golden lotuses, a carpet of sweet flowers, beautifully scattered, covering the level, soft, and fragrant ground. To those whose very nature is limitless compassion, great palaces we offer, resounding with great praise, inlaid with precious pearls and strings of hanging gems, with countless gleaming jewels permeating space, parasols exquisite, adorned with golden handles, their brims all decorated with shining precious jewels, beautifully crafted, dazzling to gaze on. All of these we offer to all Buddhas sublime. Boundless clouds of plenty, unceasingly arising, constantly abiding, ravishing the senses. May these gentle streams of melodies alluring ease the pain of beings endless in their number. May gentle rains of flowers and exquisite gemstones shower down cascading in unceasing streams upon representations of holy sacred dharma, and every sacred image supports for offering. So just as Manjughosha and every being like him made offerings to Buddhas, the perfect conquerors, we also likewise offer to all of our protectors, the Buddhas and their children, the Bodhisattva heirs.
वज्रपुष्पेया ॐ वज्रपुष्पेया ॐ वज्रधूपेयाहम् ॐ वज्रधूपेयाहम् वज्रकेया वज्रकेया Here on page 24, offering praises. To these vast oceans of all precious qualities, billowing clouds of melodious harmonies, ascend unceasingly and with great certainty, we offer oceans of our songs of praise. So the great praise of the 12 acts of the Buddha by Arya Nagarjuna. With skillful means and compassion, you were born in the Shakya clan. Unconquerable by others, you vanquished Mara's hordes. Your physical form resplendent like a mountain of gold. To you, the king of the Shakyas, I pay homage. You I shall praise, who first awakened the mind of enlightenment, then completed the accumulations of merit and wisdom. And now, in this age, through the vast sway of your actions, have become the Lord and Protector of living beings. Homage to you, who, having taught the gods, knew the time had come to tame the human world, and descending from the god realm, like a great elephant, foresaw the family of your birth and entered the womb of Maya Devi. Homage to you, Prince of the Shakyas, born after 10 months in the auspicious Lumbini Grove, where Brahma and Indra revered you, your supreme marks, proving you were destined to be enlightened. Homage to you, lion among men, in all your youthful vigor, displaying your prowess in the games at Anga Magadha, where you triumphed over the proud contestants so that not one could stand as your rival. Homage to you who, to comply with worldly convention and avoid all misdeeds, took on a queen and courtiers, and by acting with such skillful means, so you rule the kingdom. Homage to you who saw that samsara is wholly futile, renounced the life of a householder, and traveled through the sky, ordained yourself before the Vishuddha Stupa. Homage to you who, intent on persevering till enlightened, for 6 years practiced austerities on the banks of the Naranjana, and taking diligence to its ultimate perfection, attained the supreme samadhi. Homage to you who seeking to make meaningful all your efforts made throughout beginningless time, sat unmoving in the Vajra posture beneath the Bodhi tree in Magadha, and awakened into true Buddhahood, attaining perfect enlightenment. Homage to you who, in your compassion, gazed at once upon living beings, then turned the wheel of Dharma in sacred places like Varanasi, and established disciples in the three vehicles. Homage to you who destroyed evil-minded opponents by defeating the 6 teachers of the Tirthikas, Devadatta, and the rest, as well as the Maras in Varanasi. You were the mighty sage, victorious in battle. Homage to you who performed great miracles in Shravasti,
unmatched in their splendor in all the three realms, and through the offerings made by gods, humans, and other beings, cause the teachings to prosper and increase. Homage to you, who to spur the lazy on to the Dharma, left your body, though immortal and like a Vajra, and passed into parinirvana in the pure abode of Kushinagara. Homage to you, who to show that you had not in reality perished, and so that beings of the future could gain merit, emanated a wealth of relics and caused your remains to be divided into 8 portions. Through the merit of briefly praising in this way the great acts of the Lord who is master of the teachings, may the actions of all living beings come to equal those of the Sugata himself. O Tathagata, may I and others have a form, an entourage, a lifespan, a pure realm, and sublime marks of perfection exactly like you. Through the power of our praising you and this prayer, in whatever lands we dwell, may illness, negativity, poverty, and conflict be quelled, and dharma and auspiciousness increase and spread. And now we'll go to page 31 for Chaturgatha, praise to the Buddhas. Whenever you take on a form in every single one, you are honored as perfectly enlightened Buddhas, possessing all the 32 supreme marks. I bow to all the victorious ones. Wherever the perfect Buddhas are born, and wherever they attain enlightenment, wherever they turn the great wheel of the Dharma, and where they pass into parinirvana, I bow where the Sugatas walk, stand, and dwell. I bow to the places where like lions they sleep. I bow to all the holy places, above and below, and in between, intermediate and cardinal. I bow to each and every stupa, with and without form.
सर्वक्षेत्राणुसङ्ख्यैष प्रणामैः प्रणमाम्यहम् सर्वत्र ध्वगतान् बुद्धान् सह धर्मगणोत्तमा सर्वचैत्यानि वन्देऽहम् बोधिसत्त्वाश्रयांस्तथा नमः करोम्युपाध्यायान् अभिवन्द्यान् यतिंस्तथा बुद्धं गच्छामि शरणं यावता बोधिमन्दतः धर्मं गच्छामि शरणं बोधिसत्त्वं गणं तथा विज्ञापयामि सम्बुद्धान् सर्वदिक्षु व्यवस्थितान् महाकारुणिकाश्चापि बोधिसत्त्वान् कृताञ्जलिः अनादिमतिसंसारि जन्मन्यत्रैव वा पुनः यन्मया पशुना पापम् कृतं कारितमेव वा यच्चानुमोदितं किञ्चित् आत्मघाताय मूर्तः तदत्ययं देशयामि पश्चात्तापेन तापितः रत्नद्रीपकारुण्यो मातुपितृषु वा गुरुष्वन्येषु वाक्षेपात् कायवाग्बुद्धिभिः कृतः अनेकदोषदुष्टेन मया पापेन नायकाः यत्कृतं दारुणं पापं तत्सर्वं देशयाम्यहम् कथं च निःसरामि यस्मात् अत्योद्विग्नोऽस्मि नायकः मा भून्मे मृत्युः अचिरा दक्षिणे पापसञ्चये ॐ Now we'll go to page number 43, rejoicing. अपाय दुःखः विश्रामं सर्वसत्त्वैकृतं शुभम् अनुमोदे प्रमोदेन सुखं तिष्ठन्तु दुःखिताः संसारदुःखनिर्मोक्षम् अनुमोदे शरीरिणाम् बोधिसत्त्वत्वबुद्धत्वम् अनुमोदे च तायिनाम् चित्तोत्पादसमुद्राश सर्वसत्त्वसुखावहान् सर्वसत्त्वहिताधानान् अनुमोदे च शासिनाम् सर्वासु दिक्षु सम्बुद्धान् प्रार्थयामि कृताञ्जलिः धर्मप्रदीपम् कुर्वन्तु मोहादुःखप्रपातिनाम् निर्वातु कामाशजिनान् याचयामि कृताञ्जलिः कल्पाननन्तास्तिष्ठन्तु मा भूदन्तमिदं जगत् एवं सर्वमिदं कृत्वा यन्मया साधितं शुभं तेन स्यां सर्वसत्त्वानां सर्वदुःखप्रशान्तिकृत्. Now we will go to page number 50, receiving the Bodhisattva vow. यथा गृहीतं सुगतैर्बोधिचित्तं पुरातनैः ते बोधिसत्त्वशिक्षायाम् आनुपूर्व्या यथा स्थिताः तद्वदुत्पादयाम्येष बोधिचित्तं जगद्धिते तद्वदेव च ता शिक्षाः शिक्षयिष्यामि यथा क्रमम्. Just as the Sugatas of the past gave birth to Bodhicitta and trained in all the stages of the Bodhisattva's disciplines. Like them, for every being's sake, I'll rouse the same Bodhicitta, and in the precepts, step by step, I will abide and train myself. Just as the Sugatas of the past gave birth to Bodhicitta and trained in all the stages of the Bodhisattva's disciplines. Like them, for every being's sake, I'll rouse this same Bodhicitta, and in the precepts, step by step, I will abide and train myself. Now we will leave the visualization.
Gaze at the Siddhartha who is in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his lotus seat. Luminous light rays stream forth from the lotus and dissolve into you, increasing your lifespan, merit, wealth, and power. Lights radiating from the lotus soothe all your disease, and your wishes are swiftly fulfilled. Unceasing light rays shine in every direction and pervade all sentient beings, pacifying their pain and cause of their suffering. The light illuminates our body nature, and like a pristine lotus flowering in the mud, it is flawlessly revealed.
गुरुं शास्तारं भगवन्तं तथागतम् अर्हन्तं सम्यक् सम्बुद्धं श्रीजिनं शाक्यमुनिं नमामि पूजयामि शरणं च गच्छामि गुरुं शास्तारं भगवन्तं तथागतम् अर्हन्तं सम्यक् सम्बुद्धं श्रीजिनं शाक्यमुनिं नमामि पूजयामि शरणं च गच्छामि Gurum Shastaram Bhagavatam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Jagacchami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamune Swaha, Om Muni Muni Mahamune Swaha, Om Muni 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 Mahamune Swaha. May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld.
Gaze at the Tathagata in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his Vajra posture. Luminous light rays stream forth from the crossed legs of the Vajrasana, and it dissolves into you, empowering you to realize the union of appearance and emptiness. Lights radiating from the asana free you and all sentient beings from discrimination of good and bad, beautiful and ugly, clean and dirty, all duality.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Jagacchami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Jagacchami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Jagacchami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Mani Mani Mahamani Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too, be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled. May good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld.
Gaze at the Sugata in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his left hand in the mudra of equanimity. Luminous light rays stream forth from his left hand and dissolve into you, purifying reflective emotions, anxiety, depressions, loneliness, and so on. Lights radiating from his left hand make your mind and the mind of all sentient beings flexible by perfecting shamatha. Unceasing light rays shine in every direction and make you and all sentient beings see the truth by perfecting vipassana.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Srijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Srijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Srijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Tatyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. 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 May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too, be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld.
Ga- Gaze Gaze at the Mahamuni in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his right hand in the mudra of Bhumisparsha. Luminous light rays stream forth from his right hand and banish your hypocrisy and fear. Unceasing light rays shine in every direction and increase integrity, courage, fearlessness in you and all sentient beings.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Muni Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too, be fully perfected, exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the Dharma be upheld.
Gaze at Shakasimha in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his golden complexion. Luminous light rays stream forth from his golden complexion and dissolve your laziness, insecurity, and so on. Unceasing light rays shine in every direction and increase inspiration, confidence, authenticity in you and all sentient beings.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. 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 Om Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all of our signs of enlightenment too be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld.
Gaze at Shakyamuni in front of you. Now gently rest your mind on his face. Luminous light rays stream forth from his face and dispel all miscommunications. Unceasing light rays shine in every direction. Increase your own and all sentient beings' ability to inspire others and generate wisdom and compassion.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Guru Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. 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 Om Muni Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld.
Gaze at the lion among men. Now gently rest your mind on his urna. and the crown of his head. Luminous rays of light stream forth from his urna and the crown of his head, and dissolve the veils that hinder you from seeing yourself and all beings as the Buddha.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Guru Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Guru Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Sadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. 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 May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too, be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness, and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the Dharma be upheld.
Gaze at the entire perfect form of the spiritual friend, our protector, our objective refuge. Now gently rest your mind on the Buddha. Luminous rays of light emanating from the Buddha radiate in every direction.
Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagachami Gurum Shastaram Bhagavantam Tathagatam Arahantam Samyak Sambuddham Shrijinam Shakyamunim Namami Pujayami Sharanam Chagacchami Tadyatha Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamunaye Swaha. 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 May all of our forms and our longevity, our entourage, pure realms, sublime qualities, and all our signs of enlightenment too be fully perfected exactly like you. And through the power of this praise and this prayer, in all of the lands where we are dwelling, may there be no illness and may all conflicts be dispelled, may good fortune spread, and the dharma be upheld. So we're breaking for lunch now, and the next session is at 2:30.
We're all breaking for lunch now. We'll come back at 2:15 and 2:30. We will start the next session, the afternoon sessions. Please do not leave your belongings here and don't reserve a seat. हम लोग अभी लंच के लिए दोपहर के लंच के लिए ब्रेक ले रहे हैं और वापस आएंगे 2:15 को और 2:30 को 2:30 बजे हम लोग फिर से दोपहर का सेशन शुरू करेंगे। कृपया अपनी चीजों को सामग्रियों को अपनी जगह पे न रखें, मतलब जगह स्थल को न करें। थैंक यू, सी यू सून।
Couple of announcements. We have the art exhibition closing tonight. We would like to invite you to Shechen if you can come. And also there is a movie screening 6 p.m. onwards. 6:30. My apologies. 6:30 p.m. movie screening. So please bring yourselves there and we'll have a lovely evening.